Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we will discuss hydrogen bond for class plus 1. For example, we have water molecule. In water molecule, there is only covalent bond. But if we have lattice of water, in lattice of water, there are two types of bonds. One is covalent bond and second is hydrogen bond. So, what is hydrogen bond? It was introduced by Latimer and Rodbush. They introduced the concept of hydrogen bonding or a hydrogen bond. So now what is a hydrogen bond? When hydrogen is covalently bonded with a high electronegative atom like fluorine, oxygen and nitrogen, then it forms a weak electrostatic force of attraction. With the other electronegative atom of same molecule or a different molecule. When hydrogen is attached with a high electronegative atom and it is covalently bonded, then it forms a weak electrostatic force of attraction with the electronegative atom present in same molecule or a different molecule. This weak electrostatic force of attraction is called a hydrogen bond. Actually, it is dipole. Hydrogen bond is a dipole attraction having bond dissociation energy 3 to 10 kilocalorie. So it is a weak bond. Why? Only weak electrostatic force of attraction when hydrogen is attached with either fluorine or oxygen or nitrogen. Then it attracts the other electronegative atom like fluorine, oxygen and nitrogen. That is hydrogen bond. For example, we have HF molecule. In HF molecule, this bond is covalent bond. But if we have another molecule of HF, now this hydrogen is attached with a high electronegative atom, so it forms a weak electrostatic force of attraction with other electronegative atom, right? And hydrogen bond is represented with the dotted line. Other bonds we show with the solid line, but hydrogen bond is denoted by a dotted line. Now this is a hydrogen bond, but this is a covalent bond. So if we have one molecule of HF, we will say only covalent bond is present. But if we have n number of HF molecules, then we will say hydrogen and covalent bonds are present. Second example, for example, we have water. We have two molecules of water. Now this hydrogen is attached with the electronegative atom, so it forms a electrostatic force of attraction with other electronegative atom like this oxygen. Now this bond is a hydrogen bond. So hydrogen bond is formed by high electronegative atoms when hydrogen is attached with oxygen, fluorine, and nitrogen. Then a weak electrostatic force of attraction is produced by hydrogens, and now it can attract the other electronegative atom. This is a hydrogen bond. Now types of hydrogen bond. Hydrogen bonds are of two types: intermolecular hydrogen bond and intramolecular hydrogen bond. Intramolecular hydrogen bond means the bond formation within the same molecule. Bond formation within same molecule, but intermolecular hydrogen bond is formed between two molecules. So it is further divided into two parts. Homo intermolecular hydrogen bond and hetero intermolecular hydrogen bond. Homo intermolecular hydrogen bond means bond within two same molecules. And hetero intermolecular hydrogen bond within two different molecules. For example, we have two molecules of water, so there will be weak electrostatic force of attraction there. Two same molecules, so this hydrogen bond is a homo intermolecular. But in one molecule we have water and another molecule we have alcohol. ROH is alcohol and HOH is water. So again it is a weak electrostatic force of attraction develops here. Now this is a hetero intermolecular hydrogen bond. Two different molecules are bounded by hydrogen bond. Two same molecules are bounded by hydrogen bond. And intramolecular hydrogen bond formation within same molecule. For example, we have nitrophenol, NO2 group, nitro, and this is phenol. So now this hydrogen develops electrostatic force of attraction with the other electronegative. So now the hydrogen bond is formed within the same molecule. So it is a intramolecular hydrogen bond. Now what are the properties of intramolecular hydrogen bond and intermolecular hydrogen bond? Properties of intramolecular hydrogen bonded compounds. The compound in which intramolecular hydrogen bond is present, they possess less melting point and boiling point. Their viscosity will be less and their surface tension will be less. They will be less soluble in water also. For if they have less boiling point, it means they are more volatile nature. volatile nature is high, so they will form more vapors and the vapor pressure will be high, right? For example, we have orthonitrophenol. This position is called orthonitrophenol, and second we have paranitrophenol. And question is which has a more volatile nature? Which has a more volatile nature means we have to find out the boiling point. The molecule having least boiling point will have a highest volatile nature. Now this molecule is intramolecular hydrogen bonded, but this paranitrophenol can't be hydrogen bonded within same molecule. It will make hydrogen bond with the one more molecule. Now two molecules are associated, as a result molecular weight increases, boiling point increases. So paranitrophenol possesses high boiling point means less volatile. So it will be more volatile. Right? These are the properties affected by presence of intramolecular hydrogen bond. Next is properties of intermolecular hydrogen bonded compounds. First is a physical state. If intermolecular hydrogen bond compound are there, then their physical state is either liquid or solid. For example, we have now we can see HF form hydrogen bond, water forms hydrogen bond, ammonia form hydrogen bond. So their physical state is liquid, but HCl, H2S, PSG, they don't form a hydrogen bond. So their physical state is a gaseous nature. Question may be asked why HF is a liquid but HCl is a gas. Why water is a liquid but H2S is a gas. Why ammonia is a liquid but phosphine is a gas. The answer is due to presence of intermolecular hydrogen bond. There is association of molecules, more molecules held together by hydrogen bonds, results into liquid nature or a solid nature. Next is highly polar compounds like phenol, carboxylic acid, amines, sugar, and glucose. They are soluble in water. Soluble in water. Why? Because of a intermolecular hydrogen bond. That results into the higher solubility of organic compounds, covalent compounds in water. Whenever there is intermolecular hydrogen bond formation, that will be more soluble in water. That is the solubility. Third is intermolecular hydrogen bonded compounds possess high viscosity, and if number of hydrogen bonds are increasing, then viscosity also increases. Question is which is more viscous? We can see HCl does not form hydrogen bond, but nitric acid forms one hydrogen bond, and H2SO form two hydrogen bond. So number of hydrogen bonds are higher, viscosity is higher, so it will form a two hydrogen bond. So it has a more viscous nature, right? Third is a boiling point. Higher the number of hydrogen bonds, intermolecular hydrogen bonds, higher is the boiling point. For example, we have these four organic compounds. We can see there is no tendency to form hydrogen bond. It will form one hydrogen bond. It will form two hydrogen bond. It will form a three hydrogen bond. So boiling point, number of hydrogen bond. It is forming three hydrogen bond, means it will have a high boiling point. So order will be this. Next, there are three important questions related to hydrides of group number 15, group number 16, and group number 17. Many times question have been asked, write the boiling point of hydrides of group number 15, 16, and 17. These are the hydrides of group number 17. Now we have to write the boiling point order. Now we can say HF forms hydrogen bond. That means it is having a high boiling point, high viscosity, and as well as a liquid nature is there. But HCl, HBr, HI, they all don't form a hydrogen bond. So their boiling point will be directly proportional to their molecular weight. So among these four, only HF can form hydrogen bond, so its boiling point will be higher. Now we have to compare these three. HI has high molecular weight, it means it's a high boiling point. After HI, HBr, and last HCl. Even we can understand with physical state, HCl is a gas, but HF is a liquid, HI is solid, this is a liquid. But due to hydrogen bond, its boiling point will increase. This is the first hydride of group number 17. Next is H2O, H2S, H2SC, and H2T, hydrides of group number 16. Again, it form hydrogen bond, but all these not forming hydrogen bond. So their boiling point again directly proportional to molecular weight. So highest boiling point will be of water due to presence of hydrogen bond. Next, it has high molecular weight. Boiling point order of hydrides of group number 16. And last we have hydrides of group number 15. Hydrides of group number 15. Now it is slightly different from hydrides of group number 17 and group number 16. Nitrogen form hydrogen bond also, but electronegativity of nitrogen is less than oxygen, less than fluorine. So among these three, the hydrogen bond is weak for a nitrogen. Nitrogen forms a weak type of hydrogen bond. Hydrogen bond is present, but a weak hydrogen bond is present. But down the group, as we can see, metallic natures are increasing and solid nature is increasing and then molecular weight is increasing. So among these five, bismuth hydride boiling point is the highest. After that, antimony hydride. Now we write ammonia here. It forms hydrogen bond, but it is a weak bond. Next, arsenic. These are the three important questions related to boiling point of a hydrogen bond. Right? That is for a hydrogen bond. Thank you.